Hi, my name is Darren Joseph from HEJ.tax. We're the team that seeks to demystify that sometimes confusing world of international tax. And today we have the honor and privilege of having a conversation with the world expert on information sharing agreements, Mark. Mark, would you please introduce yourself to those who don't already know you?
Yeah, so I have been specializing in automatic exchange of information and exchange on demand for 20 years, and I've consulted with the EU Commission and the OECD, and I focus exclusively on automatic exchange of information. I don't do anything else.
Okay, that's great. Is it illegal to have a structure that avoids FATCA?
Yeah, I think this is the most interesting interview that you've done since I've met you, okay? Because everybody's too scared, okay? So let's
Yeah.
look at this very carefully, okay? So it's not inherently illegal for a US person to have a foreign financial account or structure that falls outside FATCA reporting requirements. The critical part is accurately determining what is outside FATCA scope and ensure you're not failing to report that's within scope. And FATCA is just one of the reporting requirements. FATCA still has self-reporting requirements. So you can be outside of FATCA, but you've still got self-reporting requirements. So let's break this
Mhm.
down. What is FATCA and what it requires? FATCA is primarily an information reporting regime, not a law that makes owning foreign assets illegal. So it's not a law that makes owning foreign assets illegal. Its main goal is to uncover assets held by US persons overseas to prevent tax evasion. The primary reporting mechanism for an individual is Form 8938, Statement of Specified Foreign Financial Assets, filed with your annual income return. The requirement
Mhm.
to file is triggered if the total value of your specified financial assets exceeds certain thresholds. So, specified foreign financial assets include foreign accounts held at foreign financial institutions, such as bank accounts, brokerage accounts, and certain foreign financial assets held for investments that is not an account, e.g., stock in a corporation or a note
Mhm.
issued by a foreign corporation. So common structures that are outside FATCA scope, many types of foreign assets are not considered specified foreign financial assets and therefore do not need to be reported on 8938. It is perfectly legal to own these, directly held real estate, etc., but not through a company that holds that real estate, okay? Personal property, tangible assets like art, jewelry, boats are held directly and are not financial assets. Assets held in IRAs or other retirement accounts, assets held in certain deferred compensation plans. So the critical confusion now is FATCA versus FBAR, FinCEN
Mhm.
Form 114. When
Mhm.
people often get into trouble, FATCA, which is Form 8938, is different from the FBAR. The
Yeah.
FBAR is a separate older requirement administered by the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, not the IRS, through its tied tax compliance. FBAR filing threshold is much lower, 10,000 compared to FATCA's 50,000. FBAR
Mhm.
definition of financial account is very broad-based and can include things that FATCA doesn't cover. Okay, so failing to file a FBAR, the required FBAR carries severe penalties, including willful penalties that can be greater than 100,000 or 50% of the account balance. So the legal part of holding a structure that's outside of FATCA is the willful blindness and tax evasion. Simply having a structure is not illegal, using a
Mhm.
foreign structure, but however, using a foreign structure with the intent to evade is highly illegal. This is where
Mhm.
people cross the line from a reporting mistake. If you
Mhm.
intentionally move assets to a foreign structure, e.g., a corporation or trust, that you incorrectly believe is outside FATCA scope for the purpose of hiding income, that you could be
Mhm.
charged with tax evasion, filing false tax returns, willful failure, etc. Okay, so if you have the structure but you're not hiding your assets. Okay,
Mhm.
now the next question is the one that's
Mhm.
interesting to people.
Okay. Mark, thank you very much for sharing your time, your expertise. If someone wanted to reach out to you directly to find out more, what's the best way to find you and contact you?
You can just find my website, which is co-ownershiptrust.com. That's with a dash.
Mhm.
Or a Google search of my name and trust, and you should find me very quickly. And then WhatsApp me.